Man, come on, stop playing with me. I can't even take it, man. Okay, anyway, this was supposed to be a long form video, but clearly no platform wants me to be great today. I already did some content earlier with on one of these other platforms, and it was annoying at best. But anyway, so here I am. I'm trying to get it together. I had my camera set up to go portrait mode, but I am being forced to go landscape mode because I'm sorry, I had it landscape, but I've been forced to do portrait mode for whatever reason. My light is not facing me. There's not going to be anybody here probably because nobody is ever really on my YouTube ever. And I wasn't even planning on going live on YouTube, but essentially because I wanted to, she looks so wild. Why I was gonna go on YouTube, why I ended up going live on YouTube is because I was actually filming to put on YouTube later to recap if I made the $10,000 in 10 days from the challenge from the book We Should All Be Millionaires. However, due to some unfortunate circumstances, I no longer have my Sony ZV-E10 camera. Of course. Of course, now the battery is low. Like, can I just be great today? Like, what is going on? Today might not be the day. I might just have to woosah. I can't really go anywhere because there's a hurricane coming, I guess. So I'm really stuck in the house. I'm going to try to get through this live so I can leave this up later so I can possibly download it later, edit it, and put it up here the way I want it to be put up. So anyway, the book is called We Should All Be Millionaires. It is by Rachel Rodgers. I listened to the Audible version. I've listened to it twice now. I listened to it once last year, and I listened to it again this year, 2024. And at the end of the book, she has a challenge, a 10-day challenge to make $10,000 in 10 days. She gives you like a bunch of like guidance on how to figure out how you could possibly make $10,000 in 10 days, either by doing something you already do or know how to do, or coming up with some more creative ways. So some of the advice was like, maybe you could sell things, maybe you could, DoorDash, Uber. I don't even know if she even really specifically mentioned those, but I was essentially starting with none of that. Like, not able to DoorDash, not able to Uber. Don't really got anything to sell. Everything I have right now, I need to keep. I can't sell. So the $10,000 challenge for me was figuring out something I already had going on and figuring out if I could somehow turn that into $10,000. That's the challenge. So what I did have is my website that has digital products on it. That's been going for about a year and a half. And I was like, okay, how can I get to the $10,000 goal? Because at the time, most of my stuff was like $10, $17, something like that. And I was not making sales every day. Like, I'm not going to even hold you. I was not making sales every day. Sales are actually kind of really slow because I hadn't been present on social media. I have a decent following over on TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram, but I really wasn't posting hardly. I definitely wasn't going live. So I was just like, okay, we're going to have to figure out a strategy to get some engagement from the people that I already have, the audience I already have, and then B, how to market this product and make somewhere close to the 10,000, or just so we can even have a hope of getting to the 10,000, because $10 products and $17 products just, we're not going to do it. So what did I do? I decided on a platform that I was going to focus on. I was like, I'm going to go live every single day on this platform, and I'm going to, present what I already offer. I already offer these things. I'm going to reintroduce people to it. I looked at it like this. There's billions of people on these apps. Even if I sold to hundreds of people or thousands of people, I haven't met everybody that I need to meet on these apps. So going live, even though I feel like, okay, do you want to go live and talk about this again? Yep. So for 10 days, I went live every single day on TikTok. That's where most of my engaged followers are. Now, I have a lot of followers on Facebook and Instagram too, but they're not engaged. I'm just going to be real. They're not engaged. So I didn't want to go live over there and be talking to myself pretty much. Also, the music part of TikTok really, to me, helps get people who are not familiar with you into your live because they're like, oh, okay, maybe you're playing something that sounds like what I would want to listen to, type of thing. So anyway, I decided I was going to go live for 10 days. I started on July 25th and I stopped yesterday, August 4th. So yesterday was day 10. How did I do? Well, let's see. So every day I'm going live. I think the first couple of days I went live, I didn't get any sales or anything like that. Then about the third or fourth day, I got a couple of sales from one live, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, good to know. I got a couple of sales from one live, and it was really me demonstrating what my product is, because I think this is kind of my takeaway as far as the digital product part about it. When you're selling a digital product, it is not as easy to convey what your product does when you have a website. It's just not as easy. So you have to really show people how your product works and what can be done with it. What are the different use cases? You have to show them that they're going to be visual, because they can't hold this in their hand. You can't say, oh, this is a bottle of lotion. You know, everybody knows what lotion is. You just rub lotion on and then you're good. You can't do it like that. You have to really demonstrate what you did. So every time I would go live with my products, I would demonstrate what I was doing. Now, there were some days I went live a couple times, because I would go live and I would be like working on a painting or going live while I'm working on something else. And that brings me kind of to like part two. Now, mind y'all, this was never supposed to be a live video. I was never supposed to be going live talking about this. I was supposed to be recording a video and then posting it later, but nobody would let me be great. My phone was out of storage. I don't have a camera anymore. It's just too much work. And I was like, F it, I'm gonna go live and it's just gonna be what it is. So in addition to my digital products, because she also says that too, you focus on one thing, but there's no reason why other things that you already have in motion can't come into your $10,000 equation. So obviously this is the Orlando Nail Tech page. I do nails. Nails can be part of it as well. Also, I do legal transcription on the side as well, and on a part-time basis. So all of that money can be factored in. And then there's the brand partnerships, and that'll make sense in a second. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So started on July 25th, went live a couple of times. There were times where I went live and like nobody was on my live, and I got frustrated and I was annoyed, but I stayed live for like at least 45 minutes. I went live every single day. It wasn't at the same time every day. That might be something I might experiment with later if I could ever get my sleep schedule back to normal. But I wouldn't do it every day at the same time, but I would make sure every single day I got on live, even if I didn't go, hello, Florida man. Even if I wouldn't go live until like 11 at night, I would still make sure every single day for those 10 days that I went live. And I guess now it's a habit, because here I am on YouTube live, and I'm never live on YouTube, but now I guess my rule is you got to go live on somebody's platform every single day. So how did I do? I know everybody is like, well, not everybody, because it's only one person here. But this will be put up later. I went live over here so I could leave it up later. How did I do? Did I hit the $10,000 from my digital products? No, not just from digital products. I did make a lot more sales in the last 10 days than I had made probably in the whole 30 days before it. So that's something. That counts for something. But about 4 days into my 10-day challenge, I got an email from one of my brand partners that they were going to pay me out early. So this is also part of the book, We Should All Be Millionaires, is being open to possibilities. So I am like super big on like thinking positive and manifesting things into your life and all of that. So I know that even when you say I need $10,000, you can plan out all you want to where you think it's going to come from, but you never really know where it's going to come from. You just know it's coming. So going into it with that in mind, I'm like, hey, it's got to come from somewhere, even if it's not the digital products, but we're going to focus on the digital products and we're going to do our part and go live every day, talking about these products, demonstrating these products, interacting with the people, all of that. So on day 4 of the challenge, which was the 29th, I got an email from one of my brand partners saying that they wanted to pay me out early for the brand partnership. Now, at first I'm like, okay, this is great. This is part of my $10,000, right? Which it is, but they wanted to pay me like a fraction of what we had agreed to, but they wanted to pay it early. So it's like, ooh, that's a conflict, right? Like, okay, the challenge, I'm in the middle of this challenge. I need the money for this challenge in the 10 days. So this is a way to get more towards my goal. But I'm shorting myself because if I just say yes to this, they're not, that's not gonna be what I was supposed to get. So I end up responding the next day, which would have been the 30th. I respond the next day and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't mind, getting paid out early, but I don't want to get paid out, this smaller amount. That's not going to work for me. That took a lot of, I guess, faith that I knew that I'm still going to meet my deadline. And I didn't look at it like, I didn't go into this challenge looking at it like, oh, I'm running out of time. I got to hurry up and get as much as possible, as fast as possible. I didn't go into it like that. I was like, okay, if it's the 25th, I have this many days left. If it's the 30th, I have this many days left. Like, you never know what can happen. So I end up responding to them and I tell them, like, yeah, we can get it paid out early, but I want to be paid what we agreed on, blah, blah, blah. They finally come back and respond and they agree to pay me what they initially were supposed to pay me. And they're paying me out now or soon, right? So I'm like, okay, dang, that's a really big chunk of my 10,000. So long story short, did I hit my $10,000 in 10 days? No. What did it end up being? It ended up being about $4,700 between the early payout from the brand partner, the extra transcription work that I picked up, and nail clients and sale of digital products. So it was 4 different things that got me to $4,700 in 10 days, which is not horrible. That's actually really good. There are people who can't make $4,700 in a whole month, let alone 10 days. I being one of those people before this, because if you've been on any of my other socials, you may know that I have basically been without a quote unquote real job since January. So to make $4,700 in 10 days from various sources is amazing to me. So no, I did not hit the 10,000. However, what I'm going to continue to do, since, it also gives you a chance to see what's working, I'm going to continue to go live every single day. It doesn't matter what platform. Today, my live is obviously on YouTube. I probably will go live on TikTok later because I am working on finishing this painting. I am about to set my website up so I can sell my artwork and all of the different things I do, my custom furniture, my custom art palettes, press-on nails, everything artistic is going to go on this website. And even my merchandise, Rich Off Art. So yeah, I am going to continue going live. I'm going to continue promoting my products and not being scared to promote because, the naysayers will tell you, don't promote and nobody wants to hear that. And they don't want to be bombarded with people promoting. And I don't bombard anybody because I don't have time. But Fashion Nova is going to email you a million times. Bath and Body Works, if you leave your cart behind, they're going to keep knocking on your email inbox constantly. Like, hey, remember us? Remember us? Come spend your money. Come over here and spend your money. So I have gotten into the habit of going live every day. So I want to keep that momentum. I have gotten to the habit of demonstrating my products, even if I think everybody has already heard everything they need to hear. Every live is different. People ask different questions. The vibe is different. So I don't get worried about, if people have heard it before, it doesn't matter. But to make $4,700 in 10 days, I think is amazing. No, it's not 10,000, but it showed me what was possible. And it also showed me that you really never know where that money is going to come from. You may think you have it all figured out and I'm just going to sell my products and that's going to be how I get to the 10,000. Now that did help. I mean, like I said, I sold several more digital products than I usually do just because I was live and I was promoting my products. You know what I'm saying? So you never really know. But that $10,000 in 10 days challenge from the Rachel Rodgers book, We Should All Be Millionaires, I just think it just gave me the spark that I needed to actually try it and stay the course, because I did try it last year and I fell off. I, probably got discouraged on like day 3, day 4. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. It's not working. I did not see it through. This time I saw it through to the whole 10 days, did the whole 10-day challenge. I went live every single day and I showed up and I was making sales. I even ended up on someone else's live and they kind of audited my product and they were like, okay, I'm looking at your product description. Maybe you should change this, change that, add in what, let everybody know what all is included. And I made those tweaks, went live, made 3 more sales in one live. So going from having no sales to like, 3 sales within an hour and a half is great. And I'm going to keep the momentum. I'm going to keep going live. I'm going to keep refining what I offer. Because I honestly, it's too many people out here that are succeeding online. And there's really no excuse other than people don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They don't want to go live. They don't want to promote what they do. They're scared that they're going to come off as salesy. And you don't have to come off as salesy. You just have to come off as knowledgeable. As long as you know what you're talking about, you'll be good. So to recap, since I'm going to be leaving this up and I never intended to go live today over here on YouTube, to recap, the $10,000 in 10 days, I did not hit $10,000 in 10 days. I did hit about $4,700 though in 10 days, which is to me super amazing. I'm still feverishly checking my banking app for my direct deposit from my early payout from my brand partner that was going to pay out early, but it should be here any day now. And it was confirmed and signed off on within my 10 days. So I count that as part of my 10 days. Even if we took that out of the equation, what I made in the 10 days was still not bad. But yeah, so $4,700 in 10 days, I don't think it's bad at all. And I honestly think I'm going to kind of in my own mind have my own 10-day challenge always going. How can we make the $10,000 in 10 days? That's just going to kind of be my thing going forward. And we're going to see. And I mean, really, when you think about it, once you get to the point where you actually are making the 10,000 in 10 days, every 10 days, that's $40,000 a month. Think about that. Well, no, I'm lying. That's $30,000 a month because there's 30 days in a month. But yeah, so that's it. I almost got half of the 10,000 in 10 days. And if you have not read the book, I suggest you go get it. It's amazing. Either listen to it on Audible like I did, or order the physical book, or read it on Kindle. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.